Tom Curran joining us now. How's morale in New England there, Tommy?
They're puckered up. They're puckered up just like everybody was when Clint walked out.
Yeah?
In the Boston, New England region, I think fans are resigned suddenly to the fact, well, we're not good anymore. But I think within the locker room, at least, and I don't know if this is naive on their parts or not, the Patriots are taking solace in the fact that they feel as if, look, the games that we've lost, especially the last 2 weeks, it's not them, it's us. We're committing the penalties. We're having the key drops. Mm-hmm. So they're taking solace in the idea that, look, we can fix this. It's a big deal, but not a huge deal.
Do you think Brady cares being selected to the Pro Bowl?
No, I don't. And I think that he probably would say, I've not been a Pro Bowl quarterback this year because he has been so markedly inferior to the level of play that he's put out there. He's been an okay quarterback this year.
And what's the reason?
I think it's a variety of them, but if you went chronologically, if we spend 17 or 18 years talking about how important the off-season program is and the off-season time that he spends where he goes to Montana and he throws to Edelman and Amendola and he is tireless in workouts, if you skip that entirely almost, and the team is actually going through a period where they're trying to get new guys assimilated, and you move Brandon Cooks out, and Rob Gronkowski's hurt, and Julian Edelman misses the first 4 games, all of that stuff puts him so far behind where he normally is. And I really don't think it's age-related, and I don't think it's physical. I think it's that confluence of circumstances. He put less time in the offseason, and they actually went through a pretty significant offensive renovation.
Did they overrate Gronk and what his importance or his role was going to be with this team this year? No. And the reason I say that is because they tried to trade him in April. Yeah.
If they felt comfortable with where he was going to be in 2018, they wouldn't have tried to trade him. And I disagreed with the idea that you should try to trade him based upon what he did in 2017. He was the best tight end in football by a lot. And I think people probably conveniently forget because we are the last thing that I saw type of society right now. But Gronkowski was outstanding in 2017. But him being away from the offseason program as well didn't help him. And he played okay in the beginning, but once he got dinged, it became the same thing. And it's always a mental thing with him, too, because he's gone through so many injuries as to how confident he is when he's on the field.
Would you be surprised that he's playing next year?
I'd be stunned if he's playing here. I would be surprised if he's playing. Yeah, I guess I would be surprised if he's playing anywhere then, because he says, if I'm not playing with Tom, I'm not playing. So it's been, again, it's 2 years in a row of not a lot of fun in terms of football for Gronk. First it was off the field, and then this year I think it's on the field and off the field. I mean, there's no way he's going to hit those incentives. He feels as if he got hosed on those. So it's been not a great experience for him, but I just don't think at 30, as much as he might think I'm ready to go on to the next chapter, it's tough to get your mind around what actually the next chapter is at 30 when you've done nothing but this.
If you were going to, in order of greatness, where do the Patriots rank right now in the pecking order of teams going into the final 2 weeks here?
I'd say they're probably third or fourth in the AFC. You have to say Kansas City's better. San Diego's certainly better. Other teams have played better. Houston, even though the Patriots beat them, is nothing like the team the Patriots beat in the opener. So I would say if you base it on what they are, and Devin McCourty said that to me this week on Quick Slants, the television show and podcast, that this is what we are. You know, we earned our 9-5. We are a 5-loss team. They all came on the road. You know, it's been one thing or another. And to me, what's been most surprising is a seeming, not decline, but new issues are popping up in December, which is unusual.
If I said you had to take one or the other, that the Patriots more likely go to the Super Bowl or lose their first round playoff game?
Wow. Danny hypothetical just continuing to come off the top rope at me. Jeez. I would say lose their first playoff game. I don't see them stringing together I don't see them stringing together 2 consecutive wins, the second one on the road. I mean, it's because, they lose the first one because they just have not proven that they're a very good road team this year.
Yeah, and even watching them against Pittsburgh, like I keep waiting for something magical to happen, and it's just not going to be there. They're just they don't have that makeup to make magic like they used to. So I don't know if there's a switch that great teams do that they flip on, but it just doesn't feel like it's there. No matter how far they survive, it just doesn't feel like they're that much of a threat the way they have been in the last 15 years.
Yeah, would you have felt that way, though, had Shaq Mason not gotten called for a hold on Sony Michel down at the 2 or whatever it was, and they go in and they tie the game? Then, and I'm not saying that was about to happen, but there were details within the game that they were on the cusp of the threshold of the brink of doing some.
Wait. What was that?
They were on the cusp
of the threshold of the brink. Okay. Wow.
Of doing something that made you go, oh, well, same old Patriots. And that's why it's dangerous to go too far one way or the other, I think, in saying they're completely dead, they're never the same, they should just blow it up, and Robert Kraft should sell. It's not. Oh, no.
This isn't First Take in those shows. I'm not doing that. They're not dead. I just don't.
Oh, shots fired, Dan.
Yeah. But I look at them. I just don't think they're threatening. And, we're making a big deal
they're
that,
not.
Okay, they could have tied Pittsburgh or beaten Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Pittsburgh's not a good team.
No, they're not.
They're more dangerous than New England is, I believe. How about that one, Tommy?
I don't know if they are. I don't. They lost to Oakland there. But when you look at Pittsburgh, they're going to say, "Holy crap! We gave up the only touchdown we gave up to those idiots was when we all covered Josh Gordon and left Julian Edelman by himself." So they're going to have that in the back of their mind. All of these teams can look at this and say, they all can look at each other and say, that team doesn't impress me. And I was talking to Tom Brady in the locker room this week, and he just said, look, I'm not afraid of any team. We're not afraid of any team.
Yeah, but would it shock you? It would shock me if he said, we're afraid of a couple of teams here. When's the last time Brady's ever been shocked, or scared of anybody?
I don't think. Well, I guess the more interesting thing would be if any teams are afraid of the Patriots anymore. But that was just he and I kind of talking on the side. He wasn't saying that from the podium. So, he really thinks that everything. The Patriots are convinced that everything is within their control to fix, and it's just a matter of doing so. So that, I think, would be the one caveat to the conversation of whether they're dead or not.
All right.
You have to. What are you trying to get rid of me now?
No. I'm just going to speed it up. Like thought you were kind of struggling there to give me something, so I had to move it on to say. I'm trying to help you, Tommy.
Give me.
Trying to help you. Okay, you have to pick the representative from the AFC in the Super Bowl right now, hypothetically.
Hypothetical, Dan, it's the Kansas City Chiefs, and they couldn't be happier.
Who couldn't be happier?
The Chiefs.
Oh, well, yeah. Why? Wait. Well, that you're backing them, that's where they couldn't be happier?
No, they couldn't be happier that they're there. You were speaking me into the future, so I did that. You said the AFC representative is, and I said it's the Chiefs, and they couldn't be happier.
Okay. Convince
me. Do me a favor, too, actually, any of you, the Danettes.
Okay.
Convince me that Pat Mahomes is not the MVP. Because I got to do one of those votes. I think you do, too.
He's the MVP, but my point is, whoever wins the AFC West, which quarterback wins the AFC West, I believe will be the MVP. I think Phillip Rivers is an equally good story, and the writers love a good story. Mahomes is the MVP. I don't put Drew Brees in there. Yes, McLovin, what?
Mahomes, obviously a system quarterback. Everyone knows that. Andy Reid.
Wow.
How many Pro Bowl? Andy Reid could turn Alex Smith into a Pro Bowler.
Wow.
All right, so if he turned Alex Smith into a Pro Bowler, McLovin, he just turned this guy into the MVP.
Paulie made me say it, Tom. I don't really believe that.
Oh, I forgot it's that AFC West stuff kicking in.
Yeah, hypothetical. I think Mahomes is your MVP. I think it's between Mahomes and Phillip Rivers. And I was just saying, look, if you have a tiebreaker, whoever wins the AFC West, I would have no problem with either one of those guys. But I think Mahomes should be honored. by the writers and broadcasters for what he's done this year. It's been an incredible performance, and some people had them third or fourth in the West, believe it or not, starting this season. So they've been a pleasant surprise.
Guy says to me the other day, and I'm knowing you're busy, you got to wrap it up.
Yeah, I do.
The guy goes, "Hey, he's 0-3 in big games." Okay, he scored 51 against the Rams, 42 against the Patriots, and it's not his fault they lost to San Diego. All right.
That's it.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Tom.
Merry Christmas.
Hypothetically, I'd like to say, have a Merry Christmas.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.